And welcome to, this would be the Division III championship game. Final game of the evening here at Lakemont Park. Dave Shannon joined by Clark Edelman. And how you doing, friend?
Good, Dave. Guess it should be a good one here.
It should be. All right, the ball is in the air, and we are quickly underway. Here's a shot from the right elbow, and it won't go that time.
Nick Johnson.
Nick Johnson took the shot. Railroad City with the basketball. And that could have been a travel, but it wasn't. There was a little slappage going on there and a near steal right now with the basketball.
There's Nick again.
Oh, and Nick makes that one. Nick Johnson for Red Shamrock puts it up and in. It is a 2-0 Red Shamrock lead. Railroad City Tattoo with the basketball.
So Railroad City won Division 4 the past 2 years, and we moved them up to Division 3.
Well, that was nice of you.
Yeah.
They responded well to it, I see. Trent Gates with the basketball kicks it into the right corner down the baseline. They try to go back out to the right wing. It's stolen by Red Shamrock. Down the lane, and a foul is called. With the basketball was DJ Patterson. And DJ draws the foul, headed toward the hole. That is
21? Is that what it was? 13?
I'm having a little trouble picking these up.
I think it was 13.
Yeah, okay.
Daryl Lawson.
Daryl Lawson picks up the foul. Here's the three-point attempt from the left wing. It won't go, and the rebound is pulled in.
Trent
Gates. And here's Railroad City with a three-point attempt. It won't go, and the rebound by Brian Benduga.
Yep, Brian's been in this league for a long time.
Then pass the ball up the floor. It's stolen by Railroad City. Daryl Lawson kicks it over, and now it is, I have number 9 on the floor. I don't have that on my roster list.
It's Colin Lear. He changed numbers.
Okay.
Sorry, number 9 is Colin Lear.
I know, he has it upside down, right?
Yeah, I don't know what he did.
18-10 left to go. We're in the first half of this game. It is a 2-0 Red Shamrock lead. Red Shamrock with the basketball, and the ball is stolen. Quickly up the floor, Trent Gates all the way to the basket, off the glass, and in. Tied at 2 early on here in the Division III championship game. Oh, yeah, ball carry there as DJ Patterson got a little carried away with the dribble that time. Gets called for the carry, and it will be Railroad City ball.
So Red Shamrock won this division last year. They've won 25 straight games. And,
yes, you did make note of that.
Yep, they went under. There's Trent Gates from deep.
And that won't go, and the ball will end up in the possession of Red Shamrock as it goes out of bounds.
So they always ask Skip about moving teams up, but Division II, there's some younger guys, and Division I is the really younger guys that have been playing, and it's hard to go, much further. But a lot of people would like to see us move teams up to win a bunch of games.
Nice baseline move and a finish by Brian Benduga of Red Shamrock, and it's 4-2 in favor of Red Shamrock. Railroad City with the basketball. Colin Lear passes it over to Nick D'Antonio. Is that?
Tyler Robinson.
Nope, sorry. Tyler takes a shot and won't go, and the rebound loose on the court. It's picked up by DJ Patterson over the midcourt stripe. He's going to go all the way to the hole. Spin move up, rolls around the rim and in. DJ Patterson makes it a 6-2 Red Shamrock lead. And 1.
Who is it? Who's she giving it to? 13 again.
Okay.
I think.
And there's going to be a substitution because of that.
He has 2, so he's got to go out.
Yeah. So Daryl Lawson ends up with 2 and quickly out here in the first half. And the and 1 doesn't go so well for DJ Patterson. And I guess there was a lane violation on Railroad City that time. By the way, she's an outstanding official.
Murray Byrne, yep.
Yeah, Murray, I watched her do a game, Clark, at front of the rim, back of the rim, and in. So DJ does convert the and 1 after a second attempt at it. She came to a Hollidaysburg game and had the JV contest and did the first half entirely on her own. Her partner did not show up till the tip-off of the second half of that game. There's a baseline shot by Red Shamrock. Doesn't go, and the rebound pulled in. Tyler Robinson up the floor in a hurry. Continues on. Stops in the right corner.
That shot was by Barry Kelleher. He's actually the Red Shamrock owner.
And that three-point attempt by Railroad City's Andre Dokes does not fall, and Red Shamrock now with the basketball over the midcourt stripe. Jared Burkett kicks it over. DJ Patterson looks things over. Eventually kicks it to Barry Kelleher. And it goes down inside. Shot won't go. And quickly ahead, Jared Burkett. And he got all concerned about who was standing in the lane in front of him. And that was Andre Dokes looked at Jared Burkett and said, I don't want to tangle with that. The ball just ended up going out of bounds. Red Shamrock gets the ball. DJ Patterson. They work it down. Nice baseline run by Nick Johnson. Puts the shot up, but is fouled in the process.
Andre Dokes.
And Dokes picking up the foul that time around. It is a 7-2 lead for Red Shamrock. And right now, Nick Johnson, with 2 of those 7, going to try to add to it. First shot is up. Nothing but net. Nice shot by Nick Johnson. By the way, what was it with those Sinisi's detailing guys banking in those foul shots?
Well, these backboards are not your normal backboard material, so they're very light. So a lot of the guys have now learned that they can bank them in. A couple of the guys started doing that, and your guy that was your color man last game, Mr. Griffith, hates that. He's complained numerous times about that he doesn't think that's right.
Yeah, he had the old pants on fire going there.
Yep, exactly. But those guys are smart, and they get her done, so that's what they do.
Well, Railroad City Tattoos, Trent Gates tries to hit that three, and he ends up pulling it to the right and stops and looks at the amount of moisture on his hands. Things are much cooler now than what they were not that long ago, Clark.
Yep. Oh, yeah, the sun's down.
It got to be really hot.
It was up to 80, and now the sun went down, which makes it nice for the players and the referees because you're not looking in that sun now.
Yeah, you want to have the late game if you can get it. Travel called on Trent Gates.
That's Curtis Miller. We got Timmy Height and Mairead Byrne. There are 3 officials for tonight's game.
Curtis has done a few games.
Yep.
At least I've seen him at a few. Not that you haven't done a few.
I'll be working tomorrow.
Okay. So. That ball ends up going out of bounds. Railroad City almost able to pull that in, but not quite. Red Shamrock maintains possession. Jared Burkett. Inbounds. DJ Patterson. Error from the left elbow. The shot's up and it won't go, and the rebound ends up in the hands of Colin Lear. Lear up the floor in a hurry. Stops on the left wing across the top of the key. Looking to pass it off, and he does so to Trent Gates. Gates kicks it back over. There's a deep three-point attempt. It's made by Tyler Robinson.
So Tyler is probably one of the best three-point shooters in the league. They have to keep an eye for him because he's deadly.
I guess things go a little closer, 8-5. On the baseline, Red Shamrock's Brian Benduga with the basketball. Can't do anything with it. They work it around inside, and
Kelleher.
That is Kelleher with the score to make it 10-5.
Yeah, they'll keep an eye on Tyler over there.
With the basketball, it's Railroad City Tattoo. The shot is missed that time by Colin Lear, and the rebound ends up in the hands of DJ Patterson. He'll go all the way to the other end and has it tipped away from him from behind. No foul on the play, just an out-of-bounds play for Red Shamrock.
Yeah, DJ's played in probably Divisions 1 and 2 before, and now he's down to playing in Division 3, but he's been in this league a long time. Him and Jesse Bitar used to play together, had a team in Division 1 a lot. So. Okay.
And a nice shot down the lane, Brian Benduga. Not exactly what you call a floater, but nonetheless in the lane. And he's fouled on the way to the basket.
I think it was by number 8.
Okay.
I'm trying to catch what the numbers are, so.
That one's nothing but that. Nice shot by Benduga. He now has 3 points in the game, and the game is now 11, make that 12-5. So it's Railroad City needs to make something happen here. They're kind of falling behind. Little momentum on the side of Red Shamrock. Kind of been that way since the beginning. Spin move on the baseline, and the shot won't fall for Tyler Robinson. The rebound by Red Shamrock, and DJ Patterson Gets over the midcourt stripe. Kicks it into the right corner. Then on the right elbow, a little spin move, making some room. Barry Kelleher able to convert. He now has 4 in the game, and it's 14-5. Railroad City with the basketball. After a bump there, a spin move, Lear tries to get it up and in and won't fall. In a battle for the basketball. More Red Shamrock guys were there, but the problem is the ball went out of bounds. So it's going to be Railroad City. How many timeouts do the teams get?
They get 2 a half and they don't carry over.
Okay. Here's a 3-point attempt, and that's a nice one from Daryl Lawson of Railroad City. And that gets them a little bit closer here, making the score 14-8. With the basketball, it's Jared Burkett. Burkett to DJ Patterson. Oh, there's a nice little move on the left side of the lane, and it won't fall for Barry Kelleher. Here comes Railroad City. Stop, pop, and make. That is Colin Lear. His first points of the game. Now 14-11, and that's a quick recovery by Railroad City.
That's 3 threes for Railroad City. That's their game. They like to shoot the 3.
And there is that 3 over there?
That was a 2 by Benduga.
Benduga gets 2 more. He now has 6 in the game, 16-11. 3-point attempt off the front of the rim and in. Wow.
Their 4th 3-pointer.
It is now 16-14. And the reason I was asking about timeouts was I thought at one point maybe Railroad City would want to take a timeout. Yep. They didn't. They didn't need to. Nick Johnson ends up finishing that one off. And it's now 18-14 with 8:23 left to go in the first half. There's a nice drive to the basket. The layup's good for Trent Gates. And it's 18-16. Back and forth we go. 8:10 left to go in the championship game in Division III. Red Shamrock with the basketball and DJ Patterson. He goes to Barry Kelleher. Stops at the foul line and puts it up and in. Nice shot. Barry now with 6. 20-16 the score. With a basketball, Colin Lear dribbling on the right wing. Starts down toward the basket, stops, the floater's up and in. Kind of looked totally out of control, but you know what? It went through the hoop.
They all looked like they were straight swishes in the paper, Dave.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. With a basketball, Brian Benduga, and ball is tipped away. Benduga tries to get it back and gets rung up for the foul. And he's lobbying for a jump ball. He's getting no response from the other refs.
Yeah, we don't debate. Once we make a decision, that's pretty much it.
So what you're saying is you're kind of like Donald Trump. You don't debate.
Well, I don't know what he's going to do, but
penetration attempt there, and lowering the shoulder, Daryl Lawson ends up putting Barry Kelleher on the deck.
Called a block.
They called the block on
Kelleher. Yep,
and with the basketball and the 3-point attempt, it rattles out. Ball comes back out. Trent Gates saves it. And now Railroad City has a chance to get those points back. It is 20-16. Top of the key, 3-pointer. That one misses. It won't go for Daryl Lawson. Now with the basketball and kicking it out for a 3-pointer from the left wing. That doesn't go. And now Barry Kelleher with the rebound. Barry speeding down the floor, puts a shot up and won't go. And the rebound is pulled in by Daryl Lawson, and he is fouled by T.J. Wineland. T.J. picking up his first foul of the game, just coming into the game. Hey, he got a stat, right? Picked up a stat.
He got it. Yep.
You know,
John will put him in the paper now. He got a foul call.
He has proof he was in the game. Down the baseline, TJ and I go way back, and a reverse layup for Andre Dokes, and we're tied at 20. Yeah, TJ, many a game I watched him there in Bellwood.
Yep.
All right. With the basketball, DJ Patterson kicks it out. 3-point attempt is up off the front of the rim by Jared Burkett. And Railroad City had the rebound, but the whistle blew before that. And
Barry Keller picks up his second there.
Wow. So Barry Kelleher with 2. Barry also with 6 points.
Yeah.
And some substituting going on.
Yeah.
And now a timeout. That's a good timeout with 5:16 left to go here in the first half.
So Barry can be a pretty good big man in this league if he can keep himself in the game. He's had a couple issues. He he he's been better the last couple years, but he can put the ball in the basket and rebound and that. But sometimes he gets himself in trouble. So and we have a pretty tight rule out here, Dave. You get a technical, you're out that game and the next. And if you get 2, you're out that game and the next 2. And if you get 3, we'll see you next year.
All right.
So,
well, let's thank our sponsors here: Budget Beverage, Mike's Court, Powerhouse Subs, Sheets, Lakemont Park, Sideline Cancer, Superior Detailing and Car Wash, Stuckey's Automotive, American Eagle Paper Mills, Altoona Mirror, Public Access, Proactive Sports, and the Central Blair Rec Commission. With the basketball, Railroad City Tattoo. And T.J. Wineland tries to get a foul call, doesn't get it, but it ends up with Red Shamrock anyway. Jared Burkett up the floor, drives to the basket, off the glass and in. Nice play, Jared Burkett. Tunnel vision there to make sure he got those two. 22-20. Railroad City with the basketball. And penetrating, putting the shot up and won't go for Trent Gates. Kicks it back out. Colin Lear. Between the circles, three-pointer, NBA stuff. Lear now with 7.
Gives them their first lead of the night, 23-22.
Red Shamrock, a little trouble in their end of the floor, and then Railroad City turns it right back to them. Some quick passing by Red Shamrock, and they say it goes out of bounds off of Trent Gates.
That's
a little bit of a sell by Brian Benduga, but he got the sale.
That Railroad City turnover, that's one of those ones where you got to know who you're throwing the ball to. You don't want to be throwing it to the big man bringing the ball up. You want to be looking for a guard.
T.J. Wineland took the inbound pass from Brian Benduga and gave it back to him, and Benduga scores. It is now 24-23 in favor of Red Shamrock. Back and forth we go. Railroad City Tattoo with the basketball and Colin Lear out near the midcourt circle. Kicks it over, right wing 3. Whew, nothing but net for Darrell Lawson. His second 3 of the game. 24-26 now. Does Red Shamrock have an answer? DJ Patterson starts down the lane, kicks it back out for a 3-point attempt. It's up, and it's nothing but net. Red Shamrock goes back up.
That was
27-26. And with the basketball, it is Trent Gates. Gates spinning around all the coverage. I think that's Tyler Schiffler.
Yep, it was Tyler Schiffler. 13, yep.
Driving down the lane with the rebound there is Railroad City's Darrell Lawson wanted the foul called. Nothing happened, and we're still at 27-26, and Red Shamrock with 2:55 left to go in the first, trying to get the lead back here. Ball's loose on the floor, and with it, it is the guy we were talking about, Tyler Schiffler. And a shot taken, battle for the rebound, and suddenly it's the Tyler Schiffler show.
His first team's 5th. We're still in the old rules this year. It's 7 to get the 1-and-1. Next year, that won't be no more 1-and-1s in high school basketball next year.
Yeah, I know. That's I'm not really all in on that, but hey, I guess if you're looking for speed of game, it's going to add to that for sure.
Well, I don't know if it's going to add to speed of game. If you think about it, when you get to 5, you're getting 2 shots. Before you had to get to 7.
Yeah, but at least you know what you're doing, and it's like everything seems to, you go to your position, you take your shots, and they're, speaking of taking shots, making that layup, Darrell Lawson.
Yeah, so
Lawson now with 8.
The ladies, the women's college game has used that for about 3 or 4 years, so it seems to work. So.
That one's a little too long that time. Shot taken by Tyler Schiffler. And here's a chance for Railroad City to add to their lead in the lane.
Charge on that
and the floater goes in, but
no.
It is the charge that's called on Darrell Lawson.
And that's his 3rd.
Takes Schiffler to the floor, and that's something that Railroad City doesn't need. Darrell Lawson having himself a pretty good game, and a timeout gets called. It's 28-27 with 1:39 left to go. These two teams got here this way. Red Shamrock defeated Metzler Brothers. They then played Baller Brothers and eventually get to this game, Division III championship game. Railroad City Tattoo defeated, is that Cove Steak?
Yep, Cove Steak.
Okay. And then defeated Cobra's Green. And here they are taking on Red Shamrock. Now, is that steak like cow steak, or is that
No,
it's
spelled
spelled
like a steak, like in the ground.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what it's called. I'm not sure what they do there, but
they make steaks to lay off ground. I mean, that's what surveyors go out and they pound stakes in the ground. Surveyors do that. So it's really important. Down the lane, TJ Patterson stops inside the foul line, puts it up and won't go. Battle for the rebound, pulled in by Red Shamrock and Nick Johnson, who keeps battling and draws a foul.
Going to go to the foul line again. Who was it on?
Can't tell you. This is tough when you're at this position on the floor. You're at floor level, and
Curtis! Who was the foul on?
You got to do this if you're going to be yelling across the floor, because you're blowing Nate's meters out of control. All right, we'll put you back on now. You going to be good? You going to behave?
Good.
All right.
Sorry, Dave.
All right. First shot is made by Nick Johnson. Second one rolls off the back of the rim and no good. And the rebound by Railroad City. We're tied at 28 with the basketball. Andre Dokes. Dokes dribbles between the legs. And he cuts toward the basket, down the baseline, puts it up and won't go. And the rebound is pulled in by Jared Burkett. Burkett up the floor. Minute 7 left to go in the first half. Nice pass inside, making a little room for himself, Nick Johnson, and then drawing the foul. That was a nice move by Nick Johnson. It was wide open, and he drew the attention that he was after. Minute 3 left here in the first half, and Nick at the line to shoot a pair. Rattles it in.
He's been pretty consistent. He's made the first one the first 3 times now. See if he can get a second one here.
Third trip to the line, and right now he is 3 for 5. 4 for 6 would be better. Let's see if Nick can do that.
Yep.
And he does.
There he goes.
All right. And that makes it a 30-28 lead for Red Shamrock. Railroad City with an opportunity to either tie or maybe even take the lead here going into halftime. Railroad City with a shot.
There he is.
There is that deep three-pointer.
Tyler
and that
Robinson.
one is good. Tyler with his second 3 of the game. 40 seconds left to go. 31-30. Railroad City with the lead. With the basketball, Tyler Schiffler goes over to Burkett. Backing up with it is Nick Johnson. Goes back out to Tyler Schiffler. Clock running down. 25 seconds left. First half. DJ Patterson stops in the lane. Nice spin move and puts it up and in. That's a nice jumper there by DJ.
Yep.
And it makes it 32-31. Red Shamrock with the basketball. Railroad City. Driving is Trent Gates. Tries to kick it across the floor. Steal. DJ Patterson. 4 seconds left. Goes toward the basket. Can't get it to go in. Passes it and no shot. Spinning to take the shot was Nick Johnson. And time ran out on him. 30. What a first half of basketball here.
Good
had
game.
Some real momentum shifts throughout the first half. And it ends up a 32-31 lead for Red Shamrock. So, we were talking a little bit about what's going to change in high school basketball, and I'm not a big fan of taking the one-on-ones away, but we'll see how that works out, because the next step is going to be a shot clock.
Well, the beauty of the 5, though, each quarter, Dave, is it resets. So you do 5 in the first quarter, and you're shooting 2, but then at the end of the quarter, we're going back to 0. You got to get to 5 again. So it's going to have a little difference there. And one of the things that we were told at the PIAA basketball convention a couple weeks ago is that they said that there were a lot of contact on the foul shots, and that's where some injuries occurred. So this is a way to prevent that contact. They're not going to have to go for 2. They'll just go for 1. On a one-on-one, you're going to definitely be going in after for 2. So that's one of the issues. That's one of the reasons why, is what we were told. So
now, one of the things that I hear, and I don't know what you hear when this gets talked about, but I've heard any number of athletic directors at smaller schools. When you start to talk about shot clock, they begin to be concerned about the cost of installing the shot clocks. It also means you have another salary that you have to pay at the game for an official to run the shot clock.
That's the issue more, I think, than the expense of putting the shot clocks in. My son is assistant athletic director at school in Baltimore County, and they have the shot clock in Maryland, and they have kids like the managers running the shot clock, and he says it's constant. The referees are fixing because it's a very hard. It's not easy because every time the ball hits the rim, the shot clock resets, and you have to know when to turn it off and turn it on.
Well, and I'll tell you what, it takes a lot of. You have to sit there sometimes, and you may be really anxious to hit that button, but you don't reset that.
Exactly.
You know, it's better to sit there and wait. And I learned that from Tom Chernisky. I'm sure you know Tom.
Up at the St. Francis. Yeah.
And he always waits.
But they have professionals, like in Altoona High would hire, teachers to do it versus these smaller schools. They just don't do that. So
Railroad City ball to start the second half. They do take a 3-point shot. As a matter of fact, it was Colin Lear, and it's too long. It goes out of bounds. DJ Patterson brings it up the floor in a hurry. Looks to Jared Burkett, goes down in on the baseline. Back out. DJ down the lane, tries to put it up. His shot is blocked. And the ball goes out of bounds, and it'll be to Railroad City.
But that's DJ's game. He's a driver and a distributor. Yeah. He's always been that way. Very unselfish guard. I think he gets more enjoyment out of getting an assist than to making a basket. So
it's Helicopter Wednesday here at Lakemont Park. Second one of the evening going over. Penetration, a little bit of a reverse layup look to the shot by Andre Dokes. It doesn't go. 32-31. Red Shamrock with the lead. Kicking it outside and then back outside as penetration and shot in for Nick Johnson. Nick Johnson, the leading scorer for Red Shamrock in the first half. And now he adds to that here in the second half. 34-31, a 3-point lead for Red Shamrock, and Railroad City with the basketball. Colin Lear thinking about trying to make a move, and now he starts toward the basket, stops at the baseline, kicks it out to Darrell Lawson. Lawson will take a three just off to the right. Here's the rebound. Great effort by Tyler Schiffler to get control of that. Tries for DJ Johnson, that is, but I think he was actually trying to get that ball over to Nick Johnson. DJ happened to be in the way. Shot was taken. It's not good, and the ball goes out of bounds, and no points on that possession.
That was Kelleher. Schiffler's out right now.
Okay.
Big Barry with the beard.
So with the basketball, it is Railroad City. Darrell Lawson. Lawson starts toward the basket, and that one is stolen. Red Shamrock with the basketball. DJ Patterson steps inside the three-point area, takes a shot and won't go. Andre Dokes with a rebound.
These rims are tight. They're double rims. You gotta be dead on.
Stopping at the top of the key for a two. It won't go for Trent Gates, and the rebound is taken up the floor by DJ Patterson. Patterson kicks it over. They work it down inside to Benduga. Benduga tries to pass down the baseline. Somehow the ball makes its way out to Nick Johnson. Takes a shot and won't go. Another shot up. Benduga with a rebound and the putback, and the foul is called on Trent Gates.
30. They called it on Tyler Robinson. Yeah, that's who we ended up calling it on.
Okay. That's not really, at some point that's going to be maybe important, but Benduga misses the first of two. Still 34-31. Railroad City yet to get points on the board. Okay, 1 for 2 in that trip for Brian Benduga. And it makes it 35-31, a 4-point game. 16 and a half left to go in the second half. And it is Colin Lear with the basketball at the midcourt stripe. Starts down toward the basket, top of the key. Goes down the left side of the key, stops, pops, and scores. Colin Lear, first points of the second half for Railroad City. Jared Burkett.
Basket right there. Colin Lear, number. He's number 9, not number 6.
That play gets whistled down and foul called on
12.
Number 12.
Thank you, Curtis.
Barry Kelleher picking up that foul.
That's his third.
All right, 35-33. Railroad City looking to tie, and the shot will not fall. Rebound. It is Red Shamrock. Down the lane, up, off the glass, and it won't go for Barry Kelleher. Gets the rebound, puts it up, and won't go again. Big tip out into the middle of the court, and Red Shamrock has it for a second. Bodies all over the place, bumping into each other, and eventually Railroad City ends up with a basketball. And then a little aggressive defense by Brian Benduga as he picks up the foul there.
In all honesty, Dave, that was a seasoned veteran fouling because 3 of his guys were in the backcourt. He did that was an intentional foul, we'll call it, or an intentional unintentional or something like that.
No, I call it unintentional. You were right the first time. Go with your instinct. Go with your gut.
All right.
You've been around the game a few years with the basketball. Tyler Robinson. 3-point shot won't go, and the rebound is pulled in by Barry Kelleher. They get it up the floor in a hurry. Nick Johnson with it. Johnson goes to DJ Patterson, deep on the left wing. Now down the left baseline, it's Nick Johnson, puts it up and won't go. And Benduga tried to get it up and won't go. Ball ends up in the hands of Nick Johnson, tries to get it to go. And that's a lot of luck there for Railroad City.
A lot of missed layups there.
Ooh, 3. 14:27 left to go here in the second half, and a foul is called.
Raid's not going to take any of that, that's for sure. That's Benduga's third also.
So a bit
of foul trouble, yeah.
Yeah, starting to become a factor here. TJ Wineland going in for Benduga. And Railroad City now with a chance to tie it up. Passes over to Colin Lear. Lear down the right side of the lane, runs into some resistance and ends up in the middle of the court in the key.
I guess he said that Nick didn't reestablish himself back in bounds.
Okay. Out of the game is Andre Dokes. And into the game, Shaquem Copeland. 35-33. Railroad City. All nice move all the way to the basket. It won't fall, though, for Trent Gates. Up the floor, DJ Patterson in the air, puts it up and won't go, and the rebound's pulled in by Shaquem Copeland. And the foul is called.
That's their 5th foul of the half already, so they're 2 away from 1-1. That could make a big difference here in a close game like this.
Yeah. I mean, the other games that we had this evening had their moments of closeness, and then there was an established lead. And right now, this, after we got to about the 5-minute mark in the first half, has just been nip and tuck back and forth. Right now, Railroad City with the basketball, and Trent Gates at the top of the key. Kicks it over to Colin Lear. Lear's going to take a 3, and that's nothing but net. And the lead goes to Railroad City with 12:20 left to go in the game. With the basketball, it's Nick Johnson. Johnson over to Jared Burkett. Baseline jumper for TJ Wineland won't go, and the rebound too. Darrell Lawson. Lawson over the midcourt stripe. Stops after he gets past the foul line, puts it up, and it won't go, and the rebound pulled in by Barry Kelleher. Under 12 left to go in the game. With the ball, it is Jared Burkett. Burkett goes to Johnson, and then DJ Patterson. 3-point attempt is up and in. Nick Johnson.
I was just going to say, Dave, that Railroad City Tattoo has 8 threes, and Shamrock had 1 up till then, and that's 2 now.
38-36, 2-point difference here.
We definitely have an inside-outside game going on. Tattoo's shooting 3s, and Shamrock's shooting inside most of the time. There's a big step back.
Step back doesn't do anything that time, as although Colin Lear has sunk a number of 3-point shots, that one did not go for him, and ends up being Red Shamrock possession.
Foul on Shaquem Copeland there. That's his third, I believe.
and he goes right back to the bench. He came in there for just a brief period of time. Andre Dokes came out. And Dokes is still out. Ball coming our way, but nice.
I was ready, Dave.
Yeah, I saw that. Nick Johnson ended up getting it, ends up passing it in, and who made that one?
DJ Patterson.
Okay, DJ with the shot. And now it is a 40-36 lead for Red Shamrock. 10.5 left to go in the game. Little hook shot from the baseline will not go for
Oh, look
Darryl
at that
Lawson.
pass. That was, oh, look at that.
A lot
that
of great
pretty.
passing
that
by Red Shamrock. Jared Burkett eventually to Barry Kelleher, who finishes it off, and a timeout is quickly called. 10:22 left to go in the second half, and the score is Red Shamrock 42 and Railroad City 36.
If you saw that, Kelleher behind the back pass to Patterson to start that, and then he fed him right back for the layup. That was pretty nice.
All right, some pretty stuff coming Red Shamrock's way, and we'll see what happens out of this timeout. Certainly something that Railroad City Tattoo needs to recover from. Want to thank our sponsors of the broadcast. That includes Budget Beverage, Mike's Court, Powerhouse Subs, Sheets, Lakemont Park, Sideline Cancer, Superior Detailing and Car Wash, Stuckey's Automotive, American Eagle Paper Mills, the Altoona Mirror, Public Access, Proactive Sports, and the Central Blair Rec Commission. As we move forward in this game with 10:22, it's Railroad City ball. And bringing it up the floor, it'll be Trent Gates. Gates at the top of the key. Kicks it into the left corner. With it down there, Colin Lear. Lear will dribble it back out. Kicks it over on the right wing. Here's a three-point attempt that rattles out, taken by Darryl Lawson, and it's Red Shamrock with a chance to add to their lead. DJ Patterson with the basketball, starts toward the basket, stops in the lane, kicks it over, and now the ball in the hands of Jared Burkett. Burkett goes to Barry Kelleher, Kelleher to TJ Wyatt, and back to Jared Burkett. Burkett to DJ Patterson. Patterson drives, late, little pass, and TJ can't get that to go. TJ Wineland with a miss, and the ball goes out of bounds to Railroad City. Substitution into the game as Shaquem Copeland comes back in for Railroad City. Also coming back into the game, Andre Dokes. 42-36, 9:10 left to go in the game, heading toward a championship here in Division 3 with the basketball. That is Colin Lear. Eventually it makes it back to Colin. Top of the key, starts down the lane, up off the glass and in. Nice finish by Colin Lear. Lear really taking the team on his back here in the second half. With the basketball, it is Red Shamrock. Down the lane, stop, pop, won't go. Barry Kelleher with the attempt, and the rebound by Shaquem Copeland. Quickly up the floor, it is Trent Gates. Gates knocks over Jared Burkett, and Burkett gets the benefit of the call. It is ruled an offensive foul on Trent Gates. Clock ticking down to 8:15 left to go. It is 42-36. Been somewhat dominant now by Red Shamrock for an extended period. Nick Johnson kicks it back out to Daryl Burkett. And it's going to be Jared, rather. Jared, underhand toss. Nick Johnson tries to finish and he can't. Rebound is taken in by Tyler Robinson of Railroad City Tattoo. Robinson stops deep on the right wing for three.
Nothing but net.
Yes, it was.
It did not go through the rim.
Yep.
That's he's off tonight. He's usually a hot shooter.
Score remains 42-36. Boy, that would have been a real momentum shifter there if he'd have been able to make that, but he doesn't, and it's Jared Burkett with the basketball. DJ Patterson down the lane, stops, puts it up. Sort of a underhand hook, but it didn't quite work.
It's on Dokes.
Yeah, there is a foul, so he's got that going for him. How many is that for Dokes now?
That's just his second.
Okay. Oh, nice pass inside the finish by Nick Johnson on a great pass by Barry Kelleher. 44-36. Now under 7 left to go to the championship here in Division 3. Stokes with the basketball. Hands it off to Trent Gates. Gates deep on the right wing. He's going to step back and try the 3, and it won't go. Ball's tipped around, and eventually Kelleher with a rebound. Ahead to DJ Patterson. DJ dribbles. Deep on the right wing. Looks things over, starts toward the basket, tries a floater that wouldn't have counted anyway. Whistle blew well before that.
Tyler Robinson picks up his second. That's the team's 5th. So now look at that. We were at 5-1, and now we're 5-5. It's amazing how that stuff evens out.
And it's good when it evens out. Out of the game, Shaquem Copeland. DJ Patterson with the basketball, top of the key. That's Barry Kelleher. They work it around, and now it is Tyler Schiffler with the basketball. Pass across is stolen. That is by Lawson. Into the right corner. 3-point attempt won't go. The ball is tipped out by Trent Gates to Colin Lear. Lear. Hesitation move. Kicks it into the right corner. 3-point attempt. And that one's long, and the ball goes out of bounds off the hands of Trent Gates. No.
It was off the DJ.
No, DJ Patterson.
Yep.
Coming into the game for Red Shamrock, that will be Brian Benduga. And he comes in for Tyler Schiffler. With the basketball, Railroad City Tattoo, Andre Dokes, all the way to the hole, lays it up and in. Nice move. He did that.
Yep.
That was, as I've heard it said, quick as a hiccup. That just happened in a split second. Nice play by Andre Dokes. Right now it's Red Shamrock with the basketball and DJ Patterson with the right baseline jumper, and that one doesn't go. Battling underneath for the rebound between Trent Gates and Brian Benduga, and the ball goes out of bounds off of Gates.
Yep.
Nice short movement there. I thought they were going to end up with a shot out of that, but Red Shamrock unable to do it. Now with the basketball. At the foul line, the jumper taken by Kelleher, it won't fall. It's Darrell Lawson. All the way to the basket. Nice layup. He finishes. Darrell Lawson makes it a 44-42 game. What was the biggest lead here? 6 at one point?
Might have been, yeah. I don't think it was more than that.
No. This has been a good, tight basketball game. Kind of game that you like to see.
Oh, nice pass, nice shot.
Benduga sticks with it. Brian's had himself a game here tonight.
He's got 11.
46-42. 4-point lead for Red Shamrock. Oh, what a spin move. All the way to the hole as Darrell Lawson ends up hitting the deck. And the whistle blows.
Benduga with the foul.
And
I think that's his 4th. Team 6th.
46-42. Darrell Lawson will be at the line to shoot a couple. Ooh, off the front of the rim. Well, I'll tell you what, he hit the court hard there after he got blocked.
Yep.
46-42. And he misses the second one, and DJ Patterson has the rebound, makes a spin move, gets up the floor in a hurry, finishes.
Yeah.
Underhand hook. Nice play, DJ Patterson. 48-42, that lead is back up to 6 now, and we're down to 3:05 left to go on our way to a championship here for Division 3. Here's a 3-point attempt, and that will not go for Andre Dokes. Rebound in possession is Red Shamrock, and bringing it up the floor, Jared Burkett. Burkett kicks it back. Barry Kelleher over the midcourt stripe, hands it to DJ Patterson, back to Kelleher. Kelleher, not your standard, ball handler, but he's doing a job out there tonight. You don't look at somebody that big and say, well,
there's a big turnover.
Yeah.
Oh,
my. DJ Patterson trying to keep Colin Lear from scoring, and he did just that, but it was maybe a little bit more than he needed to. Foul is called, and that'll send Colin Lear to the line. What foul is that on DJ?
That's his second.
Second?
Team 7th, so I think we're in the bonus the rest of the way here.
All right. 2 shots, though, for Colin Lear.
Yeah, DJ's
Ooh.
lucky that wasn't an intentional foul.
Yeah,
so.
exactly. Colin makes the first one and misses the second one.
We're under 2. The clock will stop now and everything, and 48-43.
5-point game. Red Shamrock trying to seal the deal here. Minute 48 left to go. DJ Patterson with a move in the lane and just kind of threw up a prayer at the basket. Had the right English on it. He rolled around and went straight down through. Thank you very much. And he gets the and one. 48-43. Lead back to 5.
He made that. That should be 50.
Yep,
there it is.
There it is.
Yep.
All right, shot is in.
So we're not.
51.
They're going to be shooting their threes now because that's the only way they're getting back in this. So
Minute 40 left to go.
that's not the guy you want.
And Dokes travels. Andre Dokes makes that move that so many basketball players do, that little hesitation step move, and it invariably ends up being called a travel.
Well, that's back to what we were talking about again. He wasn't the guy you wanted to have the ball in that situation.
Whistle stops things down here.
Third one on Robinson, team 6. So next one? Oh, I guess it's now. I guess that's 7. We must have missed one.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, I guess I did.
It's okay.
So Jared Burkett at the line, 1 and 1.
Jared Burkett, I have him with 2 in the evening.
Yep.
Make it 3. (52-43). What a surge here at the end of the game by Red Shamrock. The rebound is pulled in by Railroad City Tattoo. Down the floor, Colin Lear. He'll take it all the way to the basket. His shot is blocked, and he gets it back. And the three-point attempt will not go for Trent Gates. Battle for the rebound. Railroad City has it. And the aggressiveness of Tyler Robinson does not pay off as it ends up coming off the bottom of the backboard, hitting him and going straight out of bounds. And it will be Red Shamrock ball with 1:13 left to go.
Timeout, Black.
That's a good timeout.
They're first. They both have 1 left.
So at 52-43, like I say, I mean, this was nip and tuck here most of the second half. And then suddenly here at the end of the second half, what a surge by Red Shamrock.
It's the old story, Dave. We have a team that's working the ball and going inside, and we have another team that wants to shoot threes. And if the threes aren't going, this is what happens. Now they could come out here and pop 3 in a row and tie this game too. So that's the difference. But they haven't been as hot as they were. They had 8 3-pointers in the first half, and they've had 1 in the second. So big difference.
Yeah. All right, inbounding, it'll be Jared Burkett. Burkett gets it in to Benduga. And Burkett now brings it up the floor. DJ Patterson wide open. He's going to pull back and just dribble a lot. Burkett with the basketball, and he ends up being fouled by Colin Lear. So Jared will get to go to the line here.
Made 1 and 2 the last time. We're still in 1 and 1.
Minute 3 left to go in the game. Ain't over till it's over, but it's getting to the point where it's pretty much kind of over. That kind of helps the cause for Red Shamrock.
Up by 10 now. First double-digit lead of the night.
What a time to get it.
Yep.
Minute 3 left.
And he makes the second.
Oh, yeah. Some serious confidence in those free throws by Jared Burkett. It is Railroad City with the basketball. There's a nice little layup from Darryl Lawson. And it is 54-45. Still a 9-point game, and the whistle blows, and headed to the foul line again is Jared Burkett trying to pad his stats. Looking to get drafted by somebody. Just kidding there, Jared. Oh, goodness. That one a little bit too long, so he misses it. And it's still 54-45. There's a shot for 3 from the corner. It won't go, and the rebound is pulled in by Barry Kelleher, and he gets fouled.
Should be a double bonus now for Kelleher.
37.4 remaining in the game.
That's
and a 9-point lead.
That's the only problem, Dave, that we have sometimes is here we are, we're 11-point lead. There's 37 seconds, and if White doesn't make a basket and they keep fouling, it just is. It's just like a prolonging the agony is what I call it. But I mean, they get to play it out if they want to. So
Kelleher goes 1 for 2 in that trip to the line. With the basketball, Colin Lear stops. NBA kind of 3 and it won't go, and the rebound and putback won't go either for Daryl Lawson. And
that's it. They called it. White called the game. Game is over.
Okay. Well,
we allow that out here because then something crazy doesn't happen where someone could get hurt.
It's a good thing.
We like that. If the team that's losing decides they're not going to foul and they're not going to play defense, we let it end. And a lot of times that's a good thing because then we don't have that situation where someone does something stupid and we get somebody hurt.